Now, the National Identification Authority says its program of distribution of the national ID cards has been ongoing according to plan so far. Officials are currently meeting journalists in Accra. Let's join the feed for that interaction.
Plans we have for the future. Shall we welcome warmly the Executive Secretary of NIA, Professor Kenneth Ajimai Atekwa, please.
Maybe I can help with. I don't know how we obstructing the camera.
Yeah.
Let's do it this way.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Distinguished friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Minister responsible for the National Identification System Project, the Honorable Dr. Anthony Akotose, MP, the Chairman of the National Identification Authority Governing Board, Mr. Ibel Eduse, and the entire membership of the Governing Board, and on behalf of the management and staff of the National Identification Authority, I welcome you warmly to this morning's media briefing. We are assisted by our technical partners, the Identity Management Systems Limited, a subsidiary of the Margins Group of companies. Ladies and gentlemen from the media, we've invited you here this morning to update you on the ongoing Ghana card issuance exercise and the impending nationwide mop-up registration exercise. The briefing session would also provide opportunity to respond to some of the issues that have emerged regarding the activities of the NIA as may be necessary and appropriate. Ladies and gentlemen, the last time we met the media in this conference room was on the 25th of April 2019, and it was to announce the commencement of the nationwide mass registration exercise. 4 days later, on the 29th of April 2019, we started the mass registration exercise in the Greater Accra region. Since then, the NIA has conducted mass registration exercises in all 16 regions of the country, except in the eastern region where the exercise was not completed but was truncated on the 21st of March 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. At the time the exercise was truncated, the NIA had registered a total of 11,063,259 eligible Ghanaians. To date, NIA has printed 11,034,174 cards. 11,034,174 cards, and issued out of the total 9,050,346 cards. 9,050,346 cards to qualified Ghanaians. The current card issuance blitz, which started on the 10th of June 2020 at 5,635 registration centers across the country, is continuing till tomorrow, Thursday, 18th June 2020, and may be extended as necessary to ensure that all Ghanaians whose cards are printed are able to receive them. Out of a total of 3,934,073 cards that were planned to be issued during the special card issuance blitz, NIA has issued a total of 1,950,245 cards to Ghanaians since the start of the exercise. We entreat all Ghanaians who are yet to collect their cards to endeavor to do so at the registration centers where they registered. Ladies and gentlemen, I pointed out earlier the truncation of the registration exercise in the Eastern region, which requires that we go back to complete what we started. The exercise in the Eastern region will therefore take off from the Thursday, the 18th of June, that is tomorrow, to Saturday, the 27th of June, 2020. The registration centers will be open from 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. each day, excluding statutory public holidays. Registration centers will be set up in 33 districts of the region. I have a long list of the regions, of the districts, but I think I can skip that. When we had a mass registration exercise in the Eastern region, that long list was provided. If anyone is interested, I can furnish you the districts in the Eastern region where we'll operate registration centers. I need to emphasize that this registration exercise is open only to Ghanaians aged 15 years and above and who are resident in the districts in the Eastern region. The registration is free of charge, and all an applicant needs to do is to turn up at any of the registration centers equipped with a genuine birth certificate or a valid passport or a valid certificate of acquired citizenship. And of course, the prospective applicant must also carry the Ghana Post Digital Address Code of the person's residence, not office, without which detail the applicant will not be permitted to register. If a prospective applicant does not have any of these mandatory documents, a relative who has been issued with a Ghana card can vouch for that person under oath. Alternatively, two members of the community who have been issued with a Ghana card and fall in the category that I'm about to list can vouch for that prospective applicant under oath. 1, a practicing or retired professional teacher, including principals, headmasters and head teachers and headmistresses. 2, a gazetted chief. 3, a serving or retired magistrate or judge. 4, a licensed professional, including a medical doctor, a nurse, a lawyer, an accountant, an engineer, a pharmacist, a journalist, an architect, and any professional, any person belonging to a professional group which is regulated by law and or supervised by a statutory regulatory body. 5, a serving or retired civil servant. 6, a serving or retired public servant, and that includes the serving or retired civil servant includes the person all the way from the janitor or messenger to the chief director of the ministry. And a serving public servant includes comes all the way from the driver or messenger all the way to the CEO of the public authority or public body. A 7, a serving or retired clergyman. 8, an imam. 9, a serving or retired catechist. 10, a serving or retired member of the security services, including the Ghana Police Service, the Ghana Armed Forces, the Ghana Prison Service, the Ghana Immigration Service, the Ghana National Fire Service, the Bureau of National Investigations, the Customs, Excise and Preventive Service of the Ghana Revenue Authority, and National Security. A current or past member of Parliament, 11, a current or past assemblyman. I understand there are no assemblymen at the moment, but past assembly men and women, and 12, a current or past member of a unit committee. An applicant is also required to present to the registration official any state-issued identity documents or ID cards that they may have, such as a driver's license, a voter ID card, a national health insurance card, the Social Security and National Insurance Trust biometric card, a passport, and tax identification number. These documents that I have just mentioned are not mandatory documents which establish eligibility to register for the Ghana card. However, to ensure data harmonization and integration with the data silos of other state institutions, the NIA will scan and keep electronic copies of these documents and return the originals to the applicants. It is important to note that presenting false documents and or information for registration is an offense punishable by law. Falsely vouching for someone who is not a Ghanaian or a person you do not know to be a Ghanaian is also an offense punishable by law. A person you do not know at all in that sense. Ladies and gentlemen, the same processes and requirements will apply to the mop-up exercise which we are about to embark upon. The following schedule has been drawn up for nationwide mop-up exercise. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we have published this in a press release just 2 days ago, so we can make a copy of the schedule available to you, but it begins tomorrow with, and so I won't go through the whole thing, but just to indicate the immediate. It begins tomorrow with the concurrent registration, mass registration in Upper East and Upper West. That is beginning on the 18th of June and ending on the 3rd of July. And this will be happening concurrently with the continuation of the mass registration exercise in the Eastern region, which is also starting tomorrow. The plan is to move to the northern, to the northeast, Savannah, Central, Western, Western North, Volta, Oti, Ashanti, Greater Accra, Bono East, and Ahafo. In clusters, not necessarily singly, but
That's the Chief Executive of the National Identification Authority, Professor Kenneth Tefa, bringing us some more detail at that news conference, that interaction with the media as they begin the mop-up exercise tomorrow, starting with the Eastern region. And of course, we'll bring you details of that in our subsequent bulletins. But so far, over 9,005,000 cards have been distributed or issued to Ghanaians, I should say. And of course, you know that you're supposed to present your passport, your birth certificate, and other documents to indeed prove your nationality and identity, including other documents which necessarily do not prove your nationality, but also add to the checks by the NIA to ensure that the people who are registering and receiving the cards indeed deserve to do so.